Hello Libra, how are you guys and gals? Welcome to your hot and spicy week. We're gonna see what does Libra got going on. It's hot and spicy. I hope we can get you something. We've been doing pretty good all week. I would say definitely the majority of the readings have had some nice hot and spicy. And ooh, that's a cool card. And a couple have had some trouble with their hot and spicy, but you have cards going really fast here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to keep shuffling. I'm using the Starman Tarot, inspired by David Bowie. And then I will be going into the Tarot de la Nuit. And then my teeny tiny tarot. So let's see what we get here. The cards are coming out really quickly here for you. I like to try to get at least 4, and look at that, 2 more came out. Ooh, what is your hot and spicy? Oh, jeez. Well, you are not going to disappoint, I don't think, because the bottom of the deck is the devil. If you use that, this is the right time for that energy. That is the naughty side of Libra, huh? Libra, Libra, Libra. I have a story about a Libra. It was a New Year's Eve, and I had thrown my back out, and I was single. I was going out, what was I? I was in my early 30s. I was going out with a bunch of girlfriends to New Year's Eve. And I'd taken some muscle relaxants, and I'm not gonna miss New Year's Eve, I'm going out. And I had a few drinks, and you know, you shouldn't with muscle relaxants. Anyways, this is as far as I'm going to take that story on a public forum, but there was a Libra that walked in the door. And I just remember telling my girlfriends, that's the one. That's the one right over there. Okay. Let's just leave it at that, okay? Oh my goodness, guys. Let's see what we get out here. I don't know. I guess it's my only Libra hot and spicy story. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you your cards. I'm pulling out ones to go underneath here. Magician. Oh, the 4 of Wands is underneath. So you have the Devil and the 4 of Wands as your 2 underlying cards here. For some of you, your hot and spicy could be a spouse. It's either a spouse or someone that you would like to see as spouse material, or a partner, like a long-term partner here. Give me a second. So you pulled out good cards. Something going on here. Let me see. Okay, so you have the 8 of Wands with the Emperor. I'm going to show you in the order that we have them here. The 8 of Wands with the Emperor. This card is really neat. I love the color in it. And it's very rare for me to pull this card out in this deck. I don't even know if I've ever pulled it out for a reading before. Like, I'm looking at it like it's brand new to me, this card. It's pretty neat. The 8 of Wands is communication and movement. And look at all these wands. They're being like ignited, but they're also adding like this, their own ignition source is kind of coming up through to the top of the wand. Now, is it getting fed from this ball of energy in the sky, or is the energy coming from the earth, from the ground? Interesting balance, huh? Interesting the way this is being balanced. With the Emperor, definitely strong energy behind that. And then, though, so then we go into the 3 of Swords with the Hanged Man. I don't know why they call it Hanged Man. It looks like a woman to me. I would have called it Hanged Woman. But, well, whatever. 3 of Swords is heartbreak. You know, but I don't get as much pain and heartbreak in this 3 of Swords in this deck as I do in a lot of other decks. And there's another card. Is it the 5 of Swords, I think, in this deck, which is really painful. There's a bunch of hands holding hearts that look like it's going to crush them, and it's much heavier than this one. So, you know, the typical depiction of the Three of Swords is some sort of heartbreak or disappointment here that's, yeah, the person is feeling very sad. With this Hanged Man, like there was no movement here, wanting movement, maybe. Maybe you guys are stuck in the house together and one of you is feeling a little more frisky than the other, and it's getting a little frustrating. The Prince of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles then. So then we have this slow movement. And the Eight of Pentacles is work involved. Gosh, it's like work. It shouldn't feel like work. The hot and spicy part of your life should not feel like work. There's the first thing here we need to talk about. If it is feeling like, if your sex life is feeling like work, you need to reassess it. That's not good. It shouldn't feel like work. Everything else in life could be work, but that shouldn't be work. That should be fun. And then you get the Moon and the Magician. Then you get the Moon and the Magician. So that's like a Gemini energy with Pisces energy. Interesting combination. And the unknown. Trying to manifest the unknown too. Trying to go into the unknown. Yeah, I think you're trying to spice it up. I really get that. You're trying to spice it up. And good for you. Why not? Let's spice it up. It should not feel like work. Why is it feeling like work? You've been trying to ignite. You've been trying to take a lead. I feel like you and whatever, if you're, this is feeling like a reading for people that are in a relationship to me for Libra. It really is. I'm trying to feel like if I'm getting anything at all for someone who's not in a relationship, I am getting a little bit of, I really don't feel like, well, yeah, that would make sense. If you're not in, you don't even have anyone on your radar or in your mind, then yeah, how would you have hot and spicy? So that makes sense, Cindy. I could see it if there is somebody that you're not connected with, and it feels like work trying to connect with them again. Like this communication is feeling like work. So yeah, we take it like that with the Four of Wands. It's definitely someone though that you see as like a partner. Someone that you would want to have, every day would be a celebration in love and happiness and your commitment. With a little bit of the devil. Why not? Let's see. So let's see where this goes. I'm going to start pulling out clarifiers. This Eight of Wands, I love that card. Okay, I'm going to show it to you again and tell you why I love it so much. I love the color in it. It seems really creative. And it also, like, there's a lot of passion behind this creativity. There's an awful lot of fire coming up, igniting this communication in this movement. And it's being supported by the Emperor. And it feels like that's your energy, or it was. This is like a little timeline story here about your hot and spicy. It feels like the Emperor was your energy, like trying to take control and leadership in this. To be the leader in the hot and spicy, because maybe there wasn't any hot and spicy coming through on anyone else's side. And yeah, it's like shooting at the moon. You might be dealing with a Pisces, because the moon was at the end here. The moon was at the end, and I'm looking at this with the Emperor. This little glowy thing, it's almost like, you know, it could be the moon. The moon might be really busy. Maybe your partner has been really busy, and you've been trying to say, hey, you know what? There's lots of time to do this other stuff. The moon, see? And the Emperor's got the moon behind him. Like, that's a big focus in these two cards. Trying to take maybe this connection into the unknown, trying to suggest some things that you haven't tried before. I know, Libra, you're surprising me. I didn't see this coming. Right now, you guys have got, I want to say, probably a little more kink than any of the other ones this week. But, you know, you have to have balance, right? Because if it's feeling like work, yeah, there's a very creative, like, I feel so much, and when it's creative, it comes from like a special part of you. You know, it's not easy to share that because your creative side is your really deep side. It's like the protected part of you. And if you share that with someone and they're like, I don't have time. That kind of really hurts. And you know, okay, because yeah, it's the Three of Swords that comes in after that. I feel for you. I really do. As the Hangman, under the Three of Swords, it's like, well, now what do I do? That's not working. Maybe I should try something different. I'm just going to hang out. Maybe they've got an idea and nothing's coming in. Like there's no movement. And then the Prince of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, we need to get you some resolution here. Let's clarify. Eight of Wands with the Emperor. Although it seems kind of clear. Seems like you've been trying to get it going. And two, who knows, maybe even like in, what is the term, the modern term for it? Sexting? I have to get up to date with all these, doing that sort of stuff too, and not getting much feedback from it. So yeah, oh yeah, wow, okay, now it's really coming through. Now it's like, yeah, let's bring the message through, Cindy, for people that are not in the same house with each other. All right. Yeah, oh my goodness. So the Eight of Wands with the Emperor. You know, you could be trying to communicate to an Emperor energy too, somebody who's sort of in that energy. It is Aries. So you do have here, you have Aries and you have Pisces. And I would say Gemini, well, and Capricorn in the reading for whoever that's important to. But this Five of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Wands is really wanting to move ahead with a communication from something that you were separated from, something that you were moved away from, that there was a conflict that came in, whether that was something that you guys created or sources outside of you, and it's left you really like thinking about a lot of different options and ways to go about creating this connection for something that you can no longer see, that you can no longer move towards. Eight of Swords has been really prominent the last month or so. Okay, so there is a portion of you that, yes, this is happening in the house with you and a spouse or a partner. And then there's definitely a portion of you, you're wanting to communicate to someone that there's been a separation from. And, you know, it's left you to your own devices in your head with your fantasies, imagining your dreams, daydreams. You can't see it. You can't go there, which is part of the Three of Swords and the Hangman. There's no movement. So there's no movement to you out of this heartbreak for your hot and spicy. I think you have a lot of passion and desire here. The Devil is the underline. Absolutely. It's probably weighing on you, eating away at you a little bit. Three of Swords with the Hanged Man. Three of Swords with the Hanged Man. What do we see? Eight of Wands. Yeah, see, it's telling me. It's all about that Eight of Wands, Cindy. It's all about wanting to have movement, wanting to have communication. But not. Well, why not? The communication. What came in the communication then? Perhaps you received communication because this coming out felt like you. It's just shooting straight up towards kind of the moon energy, also into the unknown. Like just trying to put something out there into the unknown. But then look at how this Eight of Wands is sitting here beside that. It's like a response coming back to the broken heart. A response coming back to the broken heart. You might be getting something back here. You might be getting a message. What kind of message? What can you expect? Oh. Well, look at that. I think it's weighing on this person too. The Ten of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Magician. So the response that you might be getting back, if you've put something out there, a connection that you feel very passionate about, and you've been waiting or wondering how to connect, I think you're going to get a message that this person is feeling very weighed down by this disconnect with this Five of Pentacles. Like, if you're feeling this Three of Swords, I think they're feeling it too. And the Magician, they've been trying, or they are trying to figure out how to move into the unknown with you as well. Because the Magician is sitting under the moon. So this is telling me it's trying to figure out how to get into this unknown, how to manifest something out of what isn't known or what can't be seen, or the future. The future is unknown here. But that doesn't mean that you can't live in the present. But the present isn't maybe what you want. Because it's boring, I don't know. You want it hot and spicy. And we have the Prince of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Gosh darn, like the Prince of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. It's like slow, tedious work. What is that? I hope that's not your love life. So let's see. What is this Prince of Pentacles and this Eight of Pentacles about? It's interesting. The Chariot and the Page of Pentacles. So there's Cancer energy. Now, movement. You might know each other too. I want to say like in school or college. This could be anyone who's younger or older coming in. If you've known with this Page of Pentacles, it's trying to learn something new here. Something to do about work with the Eight of Pentacles. So maybe maybe something that's happened at work. Maybe you had a relationship with someone at work and a lot of work is shut down and now you don't. And it's just slow and moving and it's like, yeah, no, it's another month. It's another month. It's another month. Because the Chariot wants to move forward with this Page of Pentacles and even an offer, but it's very slow and tedious. The Magician and the Moon. Oh, see, look what the Magician is holding in this card. See what I've seen? I have so much to look at here. I don't know. You probably noticed this stuff before I do. You see what she's holding in her hand here? And look at it. It's like part of that original message to me. Trying again. I'm kind of getting like trying again. It didn't work the first time. Somehow didn't work the first time. Let's try to manifest this again. Good for you for not giving up. So the Magician. What's the Magician and the Moon? What's going on here with the Magician and the Moon? You're looking at, okay, you've changed your perspective. I really feel like you're changing your perspective. You're changing your outlook. You're changing how, yeah, this is really good. This is like evolved thinking. The situation has changed. You've sat in it for a while. Like adjusting to your environment, right? The environment has changed, so you can't do things the way you used to do. Even if the environment hasn't changed and you keep trying to do the same thing over and over again and you get the same response or result and it's not what you want, you have to change it, right? So there's a change here. I'm really seeing that because I'm seeing, now you see victory in the Eight of Cups and like love here. So there's that, like now you're seeing that coming away is creating victory where there will be love. Oh, isn't that nice? Because you started off like it was supposed to be hot and spicy, but now we're going into love and emotions here with the Queen of Cups. Huh. I kind of want to say that this disconnection, and for those two, that this is like you're in like the same house. You're in the same house with your partner that you're trying to get the hot and spicy going with. It's the hot and spicy is sort of what comes in after the love and the feelings and the emotions. So maybe instead of being so hot and spicy, you need to kind of be more romantic, like light some candles, make some little notes and leave them around the house. And that will create the hot and spicy. Two, to have the change in perspective here, that you see victory in an Eight of Cups, because an Eight of Cups is going off and trying to discover what it is that you really want. in life, like leaving behind almost everything so that you can assess where you are now and think about what really serves me. What is it that I really want out of this lifetime at this point in my life? And what really serves that and what doesn't? And then when you're on that journey and you come back to it, you kind of should have your answer, hopefully, right? So it looks like love, which is so beautiful, because yeah, really, like the hot and spicy, if it's to start something that you were trying to do, that's probably not going to be sustainable. I mean, it could be. This kind of reminds me of my New Year's Eve. That was not sustainable. It's not now. So yeah, like, yeah, you need something that's more sustainable. Something that is loved based. That's nice. I like that. Okay, so, well, that's good. What do we need to know about the moon? It's very exotic and very unknown. Interesting card. Different masks coming out. Ooh, you know what I get with this message? I get with now you're on the right course. Now you're on the right course, moving through the unknown to actually finally discover the known. You see how these masks, they're slowly coming forward and then it's fully visible in the moon. So that's what's giving me this indication of now being on this journey of starting to move down the right path to understand the unknown here. And so instead of pushing against the universe to get what it is that you wanted here, if it's a connection or it's a switch or a change in the relationship that you have with someone, instead of pushing on that hard, like it needs to be this way, it's just kind of finally releasing it to the universe just to kind of see what the universe wants to do with it. And then finding and then seeing that path and going, oh, well, that's interesting. Let's see where this goes. And then, so you're still going into the unknown, but now you found a path that's going to leave you some little breadcrumbs to get to where it is you really want to go. So yeah, getting to your hot and spicy, Libra. It looks like for you to get into your hot and spicy, you need to follow your heart. I like that. Follow your heart chakra, not your base chakra. Okay, the devil. What's the devil here too? I mean, the devil up front. Oh, the Queen of Swords. Oh, you're the devil. The Queen of Swords, Libra. You're the devil. Or you're dealing with maybe another air sign and they have you in all this devilly energy. But the best way to soothe the devil is with love, right? Fighting fire with fire is never a good idea. It gets too fiery. Everything burns up and it's done. Boop. The Four of Wands. Tell us about this Four of Wands. Oh, see the illumination. It's illuminated. She's being illuminated. And that kind of feels like what's coming to you. You're going to be illuminated on something. The right path is finally, somehow I'm feeling being chosen here. The right path is being chosen for there to be success. And illumination is coming. So give us more information about the Four of Wands for Libra. More information about the Four of Wands for Libra. Aww. Oh. The Five of Wands and the Six of Cups. I think somebody here feels like a soulmate connection. I get that with the Six of Cups. This is my soulmate. And now, you know, I'm not getting so much conflict with this Five of Wands as I'm getting, like, I want to fight for this connection. I want to work for this connection. I want to work through what is not known. I want to work through what has not been communicated. So that's the energy that I'm getting through this. I want to compete for your time. I'm feeling that like mutual, because I was feeling with that Three of Swords, this is mutual. Like if you're feeling heavy, kind of out in the cold with this person, they're feeling that as well. So that's the illumination. What's at the bottom? Oh, the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is at the bottom. Getting the higher ground, getting the upper ground with the Seven of Wands. To finally see everything that you need to see that you couldn't see before. And there you go. Well, that was pretty good. Actually, I'm looking at the Emperor and I'm being told to pull some cards on him. So, okay, tell me about the Emperor. Tell me about the Emperor. Wow, I'm kind of glad I pulled a card. There's the Empress. Just came out. That's pretty impressive. So the Emperor is looking for his Empress and the Empress is looking for her Emperor. That's really nice. This is a very mature, stable energy. It's just obviously the situation or the circumstance. I want to say too, they're probably like, I would get Emperor and Empress energy or both. And yeah, they're pretty hot. He's a pretty good looking Emperor in this deck. He's a good looking Emperor in this deck. Now, they're both very attractive energies. And when it's the Emperor too, like a lot of people don't realize this about the Emperor. It's a lot like the King of Pentacles in like a love or relationship reading. Depending on the supporting cards around it, it might signify someone who can be a little bit manipulative or just, you know, always stuck in their own way. But if there aren't supportive cards for that, the Emperor is usually signified as someone who's there for the long haul. This is an energy of someone who, once they commit to something, they're there. Like, they're committed. Unless something dramatic changes, that person is committed. So it is a very committed energy. It does commit. Like this guy, he doesn't go into battle for just anything. I mean, he's fighting for what he really believes in, right? This person is really fighting for what he believes in. And the Empress does that, but in her own way and with the feminine energy, right? The Empress does that through nurturing herself and nurturing others. And by doing that, she creates an empire in a sense as well. So wow, this is a pretty strong connection. The Emperor and the Empress. I'm kind of glad that I pulled that out when I did. I was about to close off the reading and it was like, no, the Emperor wants to say something. So we let him have the last word. There you go, Libra. Your hot and spicy's on the way, but just going to start with the heart chakra. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.